Yeah, the
Oh,
family tree stuff's interesting. When I was
oh,
looking
okay.
through, I just thought, how sad. Like when you go back a couple of generations. Now I knew, like I've seen this before, and I've even typed the dates before, but obviously it was just a data entry thing, not something I was thinking about. Because one of the generations, like there's 12 children, but then as I'm going through, like one of the babies died at 11 months, and there was another one that died at 3 months, and then a about a 2 year old that died, and then a 23-year old that died. And I thought, wow, you know, we have some awful things that happen in our modern lives, and I don't want to
Mm.
detract from the trauma that people go through. I don't think we've really got any idea what it must have been like,
Mm.
and how did these, men and women be so resilient and go on, and like these are the men and women that built Australia
Yes, yeah. Mm.
amidst all of that sort of tragedy.
Yes. And they wouldn't have had time to grieve in a
Mm.
lot of cases. They would have been pregnant again, feeding the 8 other children. Um, yeah,
No, and I
working.
just look and think it just makes you realise how a better, an easier, better life that we have, a more luxurious life, hasn't necessarily built resilience into us, has it? Like,
No,
you
no.
know,
Well, I think the easier it gets, the less resilient we are because we don't need to be.
mm. It
Yeah.
was just as I was typing, like, and I was taking notice this time because what I've been doing
Mm.
is specifically, I'm trying to now work through, well, yeah, more specific things of what I'm doing with just what I'm doing with it anyway.
Mm.
So then I was taking notice of the stories that were there,
Yes.
whatnot,
Yeah.
and yeah, it just made me ponder then
Mm.
about the differences between their lives and our lives,
Yep.
and that we have our, like, we have electricity that's so easy,
Mm.
we have heating that's so easy, whereby we certainly have a lot of homeless people, so their lives aren't
Mm.
easy, but
Mm.
they still have welfare,
Yes.
or a lot
Yes.
of them do. Mind you, even that can be an issue for some of our homeless people because you've got to have an
Yeah.
address. So if you don't have
Yes.
an address,
Mm.
but a lot of them are able to get around that by putting, family and friends as addresses and whatnot. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, and in
Yeah.
Ballarat, the Central Post Office will allow them to put their
Oh, will
address there.
they? That's
Yeah,
good.
so
Yeah. Mm.
but um but yeah, so you look and you think we have, our lives are so much easier, and yet we seem to be such a needy generation in many
Yeah.
ways.
Well, I think it was the 1800s when they finally convinced doctors to wash their hands between assisting births, or between operations because they had so many people die because they didn't know what germs were.
I know it's hard for us to comprehend that that's really quite recent history, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm. That
Mm.
we've understood hygiene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my situation, I mean, I went into labour in Balaclava. I was booked into an Adelaide hospital. Had we not got there, both me and my child would be dead. If we didn't have that option, we would not have made it through the
Mm,
process.
mm,
So, yeah,
mm,
I'm very thankful for
mm,
our medical advancements in that
mm.
way. And
Absolutely.
then sometimes I get jaded with it with other bullshit. So,
Anyway, I think I might
rural.
actually pay for one of the yearly things, as I'm getting into it now, because I haven't wanted to. Don't I think I might go with myheritage.com rather than Ancestry.
Hmm.
Sort of started it in My Heritage, and it looks like there's a lot of Australian information there, and there's quite a
Okay.
few other trees because they pop up and they show you
Yeah.
the other trees that match yours.
Yes.
But of course, you've got to have a paid account before you can
Yeah.
just click the button. So,
Yes.
so I'm sort of thinking, I might do that for a year because
Mm.
if, well, you don't have to renew it. If I don't continue to do it,
Yes.
then I don't have to renew it. The
Yep.
thing is, um, they don't even offer a monthly subscription. It's just they
Annual.
advertise it as X amount of dollars per month, but annual annual payment.
Yeah. So the number looks better on the screen to
Yeah.
start with. Yeah.
Yeah, so you actually have to pay the
Mm. And
annual.
if you want war records for later, if there's anybody that you come
Mm.
across, um, the war memorial sites and stuff like that frequently do a couple of days of free access around November the 11th, and also what's the other date?
Oh, Anzac Day.
Anzac Day, yes. So I was
Oh, I'll
able to
have to watch out because
download.
because our
We've
November
done it,
11th is just gone, so I have to watch
yeah,
for Anzac Day next year.
April.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That's I was able to download my grandfather's entire war record, and
Mm.
that's where we found out about the gonorrhea. His little time spent in hospital with that, like a lot of people that didn't admit it. But also, we didn't know that he'd been wounded in the elbow, was
Mm.
halfway back to the medical unit, and his group came under fire. So he turned around and went back to the
Mm.
front.
Wow.
So, yeah, so it's quite detailed. Copies of um, telegrams to family, letters, all sorts of stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
mm,
have to do that.
yeah,
Mm. Anyway, that's been good. So I'll
yeah,
continue to do that. I want to get that
excellent.
all finished. And then what I'd like to do on one of my trips over to South Australia is I'll get my cousin on board.
Oh, good.
She's usually up for a bit of a bit of an adventure
Yeah.
and go and kind of follow some of their path because we've got
Okay.
quite a lot of information about. Well, they were shipbuilders in North Adelaide to start with,
Okay.
but then also there was something to do with the land. I can't remember what it. Yeah, it's escaped me. But anyway, like so, one of the places that he was stationed was Blinman, which
Oh, right.
yeah. So I thought, oh
Then,
well. So yeah, I thought, well, that'd be fun. We can go and take some photos of
yeah.
the town, and just and see if we can get some what do you call it, like images of then and now, what
Yes.
happened and
And
whatnot
go
for
out to the
the
cemetery. Yeah, because
yeah.
country cemeteries just have so much history
Mm,
left there.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh,
So,
wow.
and and there's other places as well. So I thought, oh, I
Mm.
should probably be up for, coming for a bit of a
Day
drive
trips.
and we can, yeah, we can have a look.
Well,
They're
you
gone.
might get
Those
some
stories are
interest.
gone.
Yeah, if you're going to do the DNA thing with a company, then you might get some interesting distant cousins
Yeah,
pop
I
up.
think I might do that. I was really hesitant about that before. I had this thing about my
Yeah.
DNA being out there. And
Yeah.
and I thought, oh, like, get over yourself, Sonia. Like, it's just no big deal, is it?
No, not really in a lot of ways. I mean, we're unlikely. Well, my girlfriend Kay ended up with an extra sister, and they're both in their 70s. So daddy was, yeah, what does Tony Tony call it? Hide the sausage where they weren't supposed to. Um, so that was a big surprise because you think your
Then
father's,
somebody say, I'd never heard this before. Somebody was talking about the same appendage and they said, oh, yeah, he had a really nice sausage and two veg. So I thought, oh, I've never heard that before. How we haven't heard these sayings.
I remember as a child, my parents used to have all their friends drank. They were, party animal type people. And we went to this party and it was someone's probably 40th, maybe 50th. And what they got him for his birthday was one of those plastic blue potties. Remember the old potties
Yes,
we
I
used to
do
have?
remember the potties.
Yes, yeah. Filled with lemon jelly, a sausage, and I can't remember what the other things were. But yeah, sausage and two veg in lemon jelly was his gift. So just it's
It's just
crass, but we were kids and I thought it was just hysterical.
very, yeah, well, that's it. Well, I've never heard it called a sausage
Yeah.
and two vegetables. I just thought, oh my goodness. And I laughed and laughed and laughed when I heard it because
Yeah.
for two reasons. I laughed because I thought it was funny, but I laughed because I'd never heard of it. I just thought,
Yeah.
how funny is that? It's just not a
Dear.
saying that I'd ever come
Yeah.
across. I
Well,
hadn't heard hide the sausage before, which is what started
okay.
our conversation. So I hadn't
Yeah.
heard that. I
I
probably,
hadn't heard that one till Tony. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know where I heard it, but I have
Mm.
heard that. I don't think I've ever used it,
No.
but I've heard it. It's funny, isn't it? Yeah.